What a loser. He couldn't even afford real brick.
It was $20 on Amazon.
Yeah. This is where I'd put my backdrop. If I had one! Welcome to 98, everybody. We're rolling. That was a great way to bring in the Center 50 spirit here.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. Yeah. Siri, play The Boys Are Back in Town. Oh, I said, my phone stopped. My phone. Nope. Stop. My phone actually was about to play it.
Copyright strike.
She said, I did not see that in your playlist. No, bitch, because I wasn't serious.
They're playing Big Booty Hose.
Oh, my God. All right. So, now that I got Siri's bitch ass under control, what's up, guys? You see that we are back to trio status with TC still living in 2022 when we started this thing with no camera.
I'm back.
You would think the guy that works around IT would be the one with the best streaming setup, but no, here I am doing better with a $20 camera from Amazon.
I use my work laptop, but I might get blocked.
Yeah. What's up? What's up, everybody? What's going on? Daniel, we just come off of a show last week. We recorded that Tuesday. That was fun.
I'm still trying to recover from that night.
It was long. That was a 3-hour show.
It was great. Yeah. For those that don't know, by the time this comes out, I believe our episode should be dropping with them. But we were on honorary guests on From the Sidelines Paintball podcast. It was a pretty fun episode, in my opinion.
It should be coming out like the day. They usually drop on Tuesdays, I think. So we'll drop this one tomorrow, which is the 1st. So, for those that listen to both shows, you probably get a little sneak peek here. We're gonna be Tuesday's episode, unless they push that shit out to the next week. I don't know what their schedule is, but we were on there and we had a lot of fun. What was that? About a 3-hour episode? 2.5, 3 hours?
Pushing 3 hours, I believe.
Yeah, that was fun. So, just really quick, if you guys do listen to From the Sidelines, you know that it's not necessarily a paintball podcast per se. Like it's a podcast by paintballers, but it's not always about paintball, right? Yep. We're gonna kind of emulate that tonight a little bit. There's no telling, because we don't have no kind of topic set in stone for you guys. We don't have like a timeline laid out or nothing. We're just kind of kicking it. Kind of gonna just like reminisce and shoot the shit. Now we got TC back, halfway back in, for the YouTube. I'm sorry, you can't see his beautiful face.
Face for radio. You did this one for me because I don't know what I'm talking about, didn't you?
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
No. What better way to reminisce about the good old days is bringing back one of the original hosts. You know what I mean? Like, for the YouTubers that can see, I have even one of the guns that started it all, the Spider Rodeo, with the Smart Parts Progressive barrel that PJ actually hooked up with.
Time out. I'm glad you said something.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
YouTube gets an ass reveal, and they can see my baby's little bouncer right here. Check this out.
Oh, I'm scared. Oh, wow. Look at that ass.
Talking about the one that started it all.
Oh, my. Is that the Marauder?
It's an Eradicator for the YouTube. Brass Eagle Eradicator. I bought this thing for like $5 on a buy sell a trade. I bought this with that Phoenix, with those 2 Phoenixes I got. Remember I gave you one?
Yep.
And it was just laying there, and I was like, how much for the Brass Eagle? He was like, make me an offer. I said, $5. He was like, all right, cool. And I was like, why not? This was literally, everybody started out basically with a Talon around here.
Yep.
But this was my first semi-automatic.
Or Stingray.
Paintball marker.
Stingray, yep.
Yeah, Brass Eagle Eradicator. This is one of the shittiest guns that I've ever shot in my life.
But you thought you were fucking king with that
thing. They couldn't even put a foregrip on it.
That's what the braid's for.
Yeah.
You gotta hold that super
You hold the braid. It's like holding an SFT shocker, like you're just up against a trigger guard, Yeah, that's sweet. But no, you couldn't tell me shit, dude. This isn't my gun. This is just another one. But wouldn't that be crazy if somehow this was the one that I bought from Walmart all those years ago?
That'd be fucking dope.
That'd be wild.
I know my original rodeo was all fucked up. That thing probably got melted down and scrapped a long time ago.
Yeah, dude, I took this gun apart 500,000 times for no reason.
Yeah, I know what I'm doing. I'm a paintball gun engineer.
I just wanted to know how it worked. I was like, whatever. I just said, like 10 times back to back. Did y'all catch that? I don't know. Now I'm kind of stuck in fucking 2003, just sitting here looking over this thing like, damn, it's got a 6 mile long trigger pull on it. Holy shit!
No doubt that spring to tomorrow.
God, bitch is longer than a Monday.
Oh my god.
Sorry guys, I don't know. Daniel started talking about that rodeo, but yeah, I forgot I even had this thing, truthfully. But yeah, that's kind of like the premise for tonight. We're just kind of hanging out and talking about the old days, and especially since Daniel and TC are so old, they're pushing 50. So.
You look 75. Shut up.
I feel 75.
But no, tonight's basically going to be, like we said at the beginning, just reminiscing of the good old days, shooting the shit, and then just talking about whatever pops up. This is kind of like the foundation of what the podcast started as, when there was like no rules. There was a topic that is usually set in stone for the particular episode. But if it strayed one different direction and it came back, or it didn't come back at all, then that was it. That's how we basically grown to build this podcast. And no other better way to basically reminisce with one of the OGs. I'm actually super excited to finally have TC back on the show. Been talking shit to each other a lot on our little group chats and playing some Battlefield and everything. And hopefully, hint, 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 he can go back to being a full timer and get some updated gear.
It's gonna be the special guest for episode 100, but well, not early.
If we get to 5,000 followers, you get a face reveal on YouTube.
How many followers you got?
It's gonna be his butthole.
1,200 something.
All right, deal.
Yeah, 1,200 something. Let me go ahead and derail you guys. So Daniel brought up Battlefield. How fucking excited are we for Battlefield 6?
Super fucking excited. Dear God, that we haven't had. Well, mainly me. I can. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and speak for you two fucks too. We haven't had that much fun playing a video game in a long time. Yes, there was some sweatfest bullshit going on, but that's common in today's online gaming experience and all that crap now. But the fact that I'm actually able to kind of have fun and not have to worry about sweaters and all this other crap that whatever you young fucks like to call them.
Damn, you said hard R sweaters.
But the excitement is damn near unbearable for me, because we'll be in our chat hey, are you guys getting online? Yeah, and I kind of, it's not Battlefield 6. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
Because I don't think, PJ, you never played Battlefield 1 with us, did you?
Very little. Remember, because I used to get butt fucked by the cavalry all the time. You remember that?
Oh yeah.
Cavalry was stupid. That game itself was really fun though.
Yeah,
it was.
Apparently, it's hitting a resurgence in player count right now.
Yep. With Battlefield coming out, everybody's wanting to play that, and unfortunately, everything's tied to Battle 42, which I would just rather crawl across hot glass than play.
I've been having fun with 20. Me and Daniel have been playing the last couple of nights. Remember when you ditched out on us?
Though.
Yeah, we're playing bots. We're playing bots.
Well, but me and TC were on PvP, and it was, good God, that was so fucking annoying. Yeah. But I'm super excited for it. Did you see where they're bringing back mortars, runways? Let me see. I actually want to pull it up.
Actual class gadgets and stuff.
Yeah, dude.
Do you think it's gonna do you think it's gonna swamp Black Ops 7, or do you think that Call of Duty has such a loyal fan base that it's gonna just continue?
Call of Duty's so, it's almost one of the things where it's too big to fail. It's gonna. I mean, don't get me wrong. I haven't played Call of Duty or enjoyed Call of Duty in years. Not talking trash about it. I just don't enjoy it.
Yeah.
But there's tons of people that they're gonna get every Call of Duty that comes out, no matter what, day one.
I haven't bought the last two. what was it?
Last Call of Duty bought was, I don't know what it was. It was just so we could play DLC.
Modern Warfare 2?
DLC.
Wasn't that it? Modern Warfare, because you had Modern Warfare.
Modern Warfare, then Modern Warfare 2, where Modern Warfare 2 had the whole DMZ shit.
Yeah.
And then Modern Warfare 3 had the new revised like zombie shit that was like DMZ and zombie mix.
Yeah, no. I hadn't bought it.
So, real quick, on Gamer Official Facebook, it says airstrips are back. Now we're talking about Battlefield 6 here. Airstrips are back, mortars are back, decoy dummies are back, and then throwing knives confirmed. Don't really care too much for throwing knives because I feel like that's a Call of Duty kind of thing.
Yeah.
But, I mean, who fucking cares? Like, usually, like, for me when I play Battlefield, I play the long-range game, so I'm not worried about a fucking throwing knife.
Yeah. Until I just yeet that bitch like the Huntress on Dead by Daylight across the map and yeet your ass.
Yeah.
Wasn't that shit satisfying?
Getting back to
the Tomahawk.
I'm sorry, TC. What'd you say?
No, I said I'm just excited about it getting back to actual class based instead of everything being open like the past couple games.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, Battlefield 1 had good classes, good balance, good infantry, good vehicles, and Battlefield 5, for all its flaws, had pretty solid gameplay.
I don't think I ever played 5.
I didn't mind it.
I didn't mind 5.
Me and TC did.
Yeah, the construction was pretty cool, like building your
fortifying an area.
Base, but yeah, like fortifying, throwing down sandbags and taking cover. That was a pretty cool idea.
I must have been playing like Friday around that time.
I'm pretty sure you were.
Yeah.
You were playing that in Dead by Daylight.
Kind of against my will because Friday got the fucking ban hammer from the rights holders. But I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm excited for Battlefield 6, but oh my god, am I excited for Halloween to come out.
Now, how upsetty spaghetti are you gonna be if that game fucking flops from the get-go, just like Texas Chainsaw?
I don't think it will because after reading more about it, so Gun Interactive is the one that had Friday the 13th. They worked with Ilphonic on it. And then Gun Interactive did the TCM game, but they worked with Black Tower Studios as a dev. I think if I'm not mistaken, Gun are the publishers, and Black Tower were the developers. But yeah, they did shit can TCM. So the whole ASIM horror community is shit with Gun Interactive right now. So after further investigation, because I am fucking invested on this. I mean, look at Michael Myers right here behind me, YouTube. Okay, I literally have him right here to my right too. Check this out. Check this out, YouTube. See, I ain't bullshitting. So Ilphonic is doing the Halloween game. Ilphonic does Predator Hunting Grounds, Killer Clowns from Outer Space. They have a Ghostbusters game. So none of those games are necessarily dead per se. They don't have a great player base, but they're still adding content to those games. So Ilphonic doesn't necessarily sunset or pull the plug on shit. They brought Gun Interactive on board last minute because Boss Team Games was helping them, and apparently somehow or another they pissed off the rights holders at Halloween, so they got shit canned. So Gun has private investors and shit, so they're pretty much helping bankroll this game, and they're listed as co-publishers. So even if Gun goes, fuck it, we're done, we don't want nothing else to do with this franchise, then Ilphonic's like, alright, cool, you hit the road, we're going to keep going. So I'm seeing a lot of hopeful comments from people from Ilphonic, people from Trancas, the rights holders for Halloween and shit. So I'm very hopeful about it, and I'm going to be heavily invested in it when it comes out. I'm excited for Battlefield 6, but I'm going to be all on that like stank on shit. You heard me?
I like it.
This is not a gaming podcast, but I'm sorry. I'm so passionate about that sort of thing.
Well, I wanted to play that because I actually missed like the horror-based games. I never got to play Friday the 13th. That shit got canned before I can get involved with it. And then Jesus Christ. Well, like as bad as you were talking about Texas Chainsaw, I was like, I'm not going to waste my time or money on that shit. And then Dead by Daylight crashed. I used to love that game when you introduced me to that. I thought that was so fun. And then Predator Hunting Grounds, I didn't like that. I thought that was ass.
Predator is more arcadey than anything.
Yeah, I could say I could get down with that, but I still didn't have fun with it.
It is a fun game to just kind of get on and bullshit because it's PvPvE kind of like DMZ. It's fun to bullshit on, but it's not one of my favorites. Of course, my favorite so far being Friday. The whole lawsuit over the rights things with Victor Miller versus Horror Inc. Took that whole thing down. Gunn pretty much got a cease and desist, and then Texas Chainsaw was very promising from the start, but it just did not get a whole lot of support from the dev team. Like, they were promising this content. They had like you had like a skill level. You could go up to like level 99, but there was no sort of unlockables. Every piece of DLC was behind a paywall. Like, you had to pay $10 per cosmetic. You couldn't grind out points like you can on Dead by Daylight to get like iridescent shards to buy cosmetics and shit. So it was just kind of like a what are you doing with all of your time other than just racking up points. You don't get any kind of return as a player that's quote unquote on the grind. So
yeah,
it had potential.
Thinking about cosmetics behind a paywall, you remember like in Halo 3 where your skill actually showed on your skins?
Mm-hmm.
Like for Halo 3, if you got like the Hayabusa skull, you know what I mean? Like that shows your fucking skill worth and shit. Now, like 90% everything's pay to play, which I mean, like, it's whatever, but
yeah. Speaking of skins, how stupid are all these? TC, how about all these fucking new Call of Duty skins? Fucking American Dad, Beavis and Butthead.
Set me off.
That is trash, dude.
You don't play a shooter. You don't play like a serious military game, or you don't play Fortnite.
No, this is Fortnite.
Now, granted, they're doing it for one reason.
Oh, they're making money.
Money. Yeah, and they're making money hand over fist on skins. All that free stuff they always have. Yeah, it looks so stupid and detracts from the game, which is one of the reasons I hadn't played or enjoyed COD in so long.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even when we were in our DMZ games, man.
They brought in Nicki Minaj. I was like, the fucking pink hair, the Snoop Dogg skin. When you get killed, the pot leaf pops up. Like, what the fuck? You lose every bit of immersion that you have. Like, Call of Duty's not a mil-sim game by any means, but I don't know. You lose any kind of immersion that you think you have if you fucking get crit walked on by Snoop Dogg as a killing animation.
Yeah, not about it. But do you guys remember? Let's see. I think how many times did we play? Oh man,
I wish Sony
saw the possibility. I saw the possibility of somebody making like some fan art about SOCOM 2 being remastered or whatever. Holy fuck, man, that'd be so awesome.
That would be sweet. Hopefully they wouldn't Call of Duty it.
Keep the same mechanics. Just update the graphics.
The graphics of gunplay a little bit because I mean obviously it's going to be tight.
New maps. Have the OG maps, but have some new maps. Maybe have how like Ghost Recon Wildlands you can make your operator like right off the bat how he can look fucking ridiculous or he can look fucking badass however you want to do it.
He can have a cowboy hat on.
The cowboy hat.
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. But I think they should like just mimic that a little bit, but just redo the graphics.
Yeah.
Sidestepping and then bring back the snapping. Could you snap in SOCOM 2 or is it just 3?
You could. I wouldn't say that I'd call it snapping. You could lean corners.
Like
it wasn't
like
quick.
Siege?
I mean, your soldier would. Yeah, you would actually. Yeah, right. Give yourself a freaking skull fracture by looking back and forth so fast. But yeah, you could snap in that game in the way that you mean. But it had a lot of good mechanics. It had the grenade mechanics were good. If you were close to a frag grenade, it's not like a giant explosion. It's an actual frag grenade, and it knocks you down, or you get shot and your character doesn't get his health back. You bleed, and like you could actually be tracked, which is pretty cool. But yeah, they changed all that up, obviously.
Yeah. If only, man, only in a perfect world. So let's go ahead and start digging into the good old days. You guys remember when I went to go bunker Ricky behind that piece of tin at the junkyard? That was our own personal paintball field.
Oh my god.
Ooh, he had his mask
fucking
off.
meltdown. First off, Ricky, why did you have your fucking mask off in the middle of a paintball game? Oh, it's foggy. You don't give a shit. That is the one thing you don't ever
I didn't
do.
Shoot his fucking eye out. Man.
Oh my god, dude! What a dumbass.
He swears. Last time I talked to him about it, he swears that he was not mad when that happened. I was like, dude, you were furious. You went home and you wanted to fight me.
Human.
That was, oh god, how many years?
20 years ago.
Probably more than that. 20 years ago was 2005. So you talking like 03, 04, because 05 we were hitting duck and dive.
I'm thinking it was 05, 06. Or
it definitely wasn't 6
or 05.
No, 6. I was playing tournaments.
It's probably end of 04, because when we got out of the junkyard and started playing at actual fields, the DM4s were still prominent. The DM5 had just come out.
Yeah.
So, God, I'm really showing my age here.
Yeah, no kidding. You guys, speaking of like DM4 and DM5s, y'all remember looking at those fucking guns on like 888paintball.com and just like,
oh yeah,
oh, what it would
that's
be
why,
like to fucking have one.
That's why I have one.
I need to get one.
Hold on, YouTube. Hold on.
Oh my god, TC. PJ had this thing fucking rebuilt, and we went to go play Red vs. Blue the other year.
Yeah.
Oh, the other year. Like the first time we went to go play, he took his DM4. And he had that shit set to like 15 balls per second. And I'm kind of shooting this guy behind this little fucking building that they had. And I had my mechanical CS2. So I'm like, pop, 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 pop.
You guys going ham over there? What is auto?
Dude, well, that gun right there, he put that bitch in like 15 BPS and it was like a Gatling gun above my shoulder. I was like, what the fuck?
Sorry for the YouTube. It's a black to blue fade DM4. I sent it to Jordan Penzolo. I think it's 5-star PB Tech is his name. I bought this from Dylan because Dylan's a bitch. But I bought it from him. And it set at like 15. Just like Daniel said, I was like, we're almost done for the day. I'm going to rip the old relic. And I'm literally, Daniel's over there just tat. And I'm like, yo, watch this. Whoa! And Daniel just turns around and looks at me like, what in the god hell is that?
He just stand fucking 10 toes up. He's just like, what?
It drained a tank in like 2 hoppers. Like my 68-45, it drained it in like 2 hoppers. But I brought this over here and I grabbed the honorable mention, since I have this set up, just fucking with it the other day, my DM6 with the tank and the hopper set up on it. Yeah.
Nice.
I just sometimes
ultralight.
Yeah, sometimes I'll just set a gun up and I'll just like when you and I are playing games or whatever, like in between matches, I'll just grab it and just kind of like, just reminisce. I had the Nerve hooked up night before last. Just sitting here just bullshitting with it. Yeah. Man,
I'm not gonna dig mine out.
I miss these guns, dude. Like, to me, it's all of these guns now look so similar. They're all just tubes. They're just what.
Okay, hold on. We'll do a comparison for YouTube. Hold on.
Oh, look at Daniel. Where's Daniel going? He's going to get a DM6.
And I know we've talked about it before. How we thought stuff from back in the day had more, not more spirit, more
character.
More character.
More character.
You could recognize it. It was more.
All right.
Yeah. It was like the craftsmanship that went into making it. Like, don't get me wrong, the guns of today, look at there. The guns of today, they handle so much better. They're so much lighter. They're more air efficient. There's no ifs and buts about it. But just the solid look of them. I mean, look at this, YouTube. Like, this isn't just a fucking tube with eye covers on it. There's pretty milling on here. Just like the whole reason we did the whole Bob Long episode.
Yeah, all right, so now you have markers that look like this, right? Like they came out, like you knew for a fact that this was a Nexus Ego. Like,
I want one of those in a Light Trooper.
Right? All right, now let me show you what, just glancing at, if this wasn't a special edition, you wouldn't know right off the rip, looking from afar, right? Geo 4.
Yeah.
Just like PJ said, it looks like a tube with a barrel and like with a pistol grip.
It's a great shooting gun.
But
you know, I'm not sitting here trying to.
I love the IV core, right? Like they kept the IV core alive on this, but like, so this is your modern day gun. Like even this is a little outdated.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Because like the CS3 and then the R5, which was supposed to be after this, because it's supposed to have like the IV core, but it's like a whole nother bolt. But this is what people shoot now, essentially compared to this.
Yeah, YouTube. You know I mean? For people who are not looking on YouTube, Daniel's holding up a 06 Nexus Dark Trooper Ego, which is kind of one of my. I want a light trooper. Is kind of on my bucket list. Yeah, I mean, I have my bucket list item now, so now I'm just kind of like I want an Angel for the shelf. I want a Nexus Ego, either a Nexus or a Dark 06 Ego. I can go for either one of those, and I want my next big piece, my big expensive piece I would want would be a unmolested Empire Timmy, and it's so there. Yeah, there's the A-bomb right there. Non-YouTubers.
Look at the milling on this thing, man.
We appreciate all 8 people that watch the YouTube because you get to see all this shit firsthand.
Hey, man, if you want to see the fucking video, just go to YouTube, Center 50.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just so crazy how much the guns have streamlined. You know what I mean? Like don't get me wrong, they're great shooting guns, and I understand that. Well, should I say markers? Because we're on YouTube now, we're gonna get demonetized. Yeah, because we're saying gun, but like they're amazing markers. Like I wouldn't trade. Like if I had a CS3, I wouldn't trade a CS3 for, a SFT shocker. You know, there's no way I would do that. But I just miss the way, like there was just so much diversity in markers. If you were at a tournament, you don't know, you know, somebody might be holding a damn big ass evil pimp. Somebody might be holding an SFT shocker. You know, now everybody's just walking around with a damn fucking 1-inch tall tube in their hands. It just, I don't know.
I miss that, all the customization. You know, anytime I used to get an old marker, and I say an old marker, you know, back then what I could afford was a Tipman or an Ion. But there was stuff you could add to them. You could add, a low pressure chamber. You could add a low pressure kit. You could add, custom barrel. And I'm sure you can still get custom barrels.
Yeah, you can.
You could have your own, whatever color barrels you wanted, whatever brand, and so much more, I guess, personalized.
Yeah, so people like CP. CP don't exist anymore because guns. Markers just come set up from the factory, and it's kind of unfortunate that you can't do that anymore. But everything's so integrated into the marker. How would you? You know what I mean? Like for example, people would take this reg off, and you'd have a little CP pocket rocket here, which I fucking hated. But
rocket cock.
Yeah, this gun's got hybrid grips on it. You don't even see, very rarely do you see any grips. Look, hybrid East Coast killer grips on the Nexus Ego over there. You can't get things like that for these new markers. Yeah, like if you have a PE, you can get a different color.
That's about it.
Lux gives you different colors, but nobody's making these, grips. Now, like, God, what's the name of that? Is it ODM? That's on my carnivore. Like, they're making these 3D printed grips or whatever. They're very nice.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, because let me see. Hold on. Let me go grab the carny.
I have a 3D printer.
I have not gotten up this much in a podcast ever.
Send me a file. I'll make one.
But like TC, you remember what wasn't the Tipman 98? What was it?
A5.
Yes, the A5. Like you could put
that new single hopper they had on it would cycle. Yeah.
The Cyclone hopper, yeah.
So you could add shit on those markers, and then the Ion that you bought off me, that was one of the most customizable markers.
Oh yeah,
on the entire fucking paintball industry.
Everything.
You could change everything on that fucking marker. You could change the feed neck, the trigger,
the body,
on and off button, the body, obviously the barrels and shit. But
the trigger frame, you could get a You could get a full metal frame instead of that composite. Yeah, so like this carnivore here,
you could get a hairline trigger. You could get new board. You could get everything.
So for the YouTube, this carnivore here has ODM panels on it because it's sci-fi board. So that's where the factory board would be, the E2 board or whatever. So they make these ODM panels so you can see the aftermarket sci-fi boards. So I mean, it's pretty sweet. Let's see. Y'all want to hear the Noid rip one time?
Oh God.
Let's see if I can remember how to cut the eyes off. I don't remember how to cut the eyes. Yeah, I
could.
Finger in the
good. No, I'm actually changing settings right now. Let me not do that.
He's gonna explode in his hands.
This bitch is about to fucking yeet off. Yeah, this is a sci-fi board. Yeah. But I don't remember how to do this.
Anyway,
I've shot this gun once.
The SFT shocker back in the day was another one that you can do, that you could buy all kinds of crazy shit for. You could buy a different reg, you could buy a different trigger, like an on and off / ASA. You could buy a different feed neck.
Can you hear that?
And then no.
Wow.
I got nothing.
That sound cancellation is doing work. Yeah, this bitch is ripping.
But like you don't see that anymore. You don't see those type of customizable markers because it's not necessary anymore. You know what I mean? Like every time that you have a new gun come out, it has all that it needs. And like in a way, that's props to the companies that are making these markers where you don't really have to spend extra money to basically, quote, upgrade your gun. But that was also kind of part of the fun of
absolutely
basically turning that gun into your personality. You know what I mean? Like I remember when Lee got the same exact Tippmann setup that I wanted to do. I wanted to have the progressive smart parts barrel that you see on the Spider over here. I wanted the what was it? The expansion chamber kit that came with it. Yep, the double trigger, the Halo TSA. I wanted to do all that stuff. And then next thing I know that he's like, hey, come check out my new setup. And I look, and it's the same exact fucking setup that I wanted to. Like, he even had my fucking magazine, my 888 paintball catalog, where I had stuff circled with the Sharpie on stuff that I wanted to build my Tippmann 98 for. I was like, you sorry, motherfucker.
Man,
but,
how
like,
times
even
have changed.
With the spiders, there was a bunch of stuff that you could add on to that too. You know what I mean? Like,
that's
you
what I had
just
all
don't
kinds
have
of stuff on my TL. Yeah. I had so much stuff on that TL plus the expansion chamber. I had platinum. They weren't platinum. They were platinum colored. The rails on the back, the button, and like I was joking about earlier, I said rocket cock. It was a piece on the gun called a rocket cock. You cock it on the side, and it sealed it instead of being an open bolt. It was a cover that went over it. There's all kind of stuff you did to them.
E-trigger. I remember when Daniel put that E-trigger on that rodeo he had. I was like, holy shit, this dude's got an AK.
Yeah, that was something else, man. I think I bought that. Who did I buy that from? I think I bought it from that Bobby kid.
Bobby?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, because he quit. He quit after we played him.
After we smoked him. We talked about that.
We were talking trash, and he's like, I'm done.
Yeah, we talked about that on that From the Sidelines episode, how we just went up there. They were,
sure did.
I called them a bunch of hillbillies, and I was like, yeah, we went down there in our JT barbed wire jerseys and smoked their bitch asses, you know.
Oh man, if I had a camera, I'd pull my jersey out.
I got mine in the closet. I had to get it back from Daniel. Daniel was holding it hostage.
Yeah, I was keeping that. I was gonna try to get. I knew it wasn't going to happen, but I had my fingers crossed for try to get TCs. I was going to try to offer him some money, but I was going to shadow box them and have them on my wall.
Yeah.
Start over?
Yeah. Oh, money?
What'd you say?
Putting on a good $30-$40 here.
I gave it back.
I forgot my pants too, man.
I still have mine. I won't get rid of them. They have a huge ass gash in the knee where they ripped at a practice with Asylum paintball that one time, but I still have those. I have the original frames to my i3s that I had, that dye mask. But you see, I I remember finding that mask at in my old bedroom closet at Mom and Pop's, and I went to go dig it out of the closet, and when I went to go pick it up, it just disintegrated. It was so like dry rotted, and it was like apparently it was like a common thing with those masks, and like you can't even wear them at tournaments because if it's an original i3, like they're not supposed to be used because they're so dangerous.
It might shatter.
Yeah, but like it literally turned to like soot. It was nuts. The lens was ass. PJ, what are you doing?
You
trying to fix your carnivore?
No, I'm looking at something on my phone.
Oh, asshole!
I'm playing Elden Ring.
Oh my god! All right, Hatch. What was I saying? Oh, I kept the frames. Like the strap was ass. It baconed. It was like basically ripping apart. It was so old and dry rotted too. The only thing that survived that entire mask was the frames, and I still have those frames. My thing is trying to keep everything that I have. Like I still have that jersey too. Actually, I'm gonna grab the first paintball jersey. Like I want to keep all my stuff that I had when I started, right? And I was able to do that minus like the original Spider Rodeo that I had, like the CO2 tank. PJ actually got me the TSA Halo. I'll grab that out of the closet here too. But it's
I think I got that from Josh.
Then it was probably my original one. If you got that from Josh, if you got that from Redheaded Kid, that's my original fucking Halo, and that's wild.
That might be where I think that's where it come from.
You can see if you can find me an old whale.
That is the whale,
dude.
Oh, you talking about the one that held like 220?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's wild. Let me grab that real quick.
That's so funny. They made those. They were 3 different size Halo hoppers. It was a front man. It was a front man, a middle man, and a back man. And the back man held like 220 rounds or some shit like that.
I want to say it was 230.
Yeah, like you could,
no matter where I was playing, because I just wanted the extra ammo.
You could dump a pod and it wouldn't be full. Like it was kind of dumb. Like you had to do a pod and a piece of a pod to fill it up.
Like, wait a minute.
Yeah, hold on a minute. And all you hear is me coming down the field. All the loose paint rocking back and forth in the hopper.
Yes.
Oh man.
All right. So this
for the YouTube.
Original, yep, for the YouTube. This is the original. This is the first paintball jersey that I actually bought.
Oh, the olive one, yeah.
Yep, and I still have.
Why did you buy olive? I forget the story on it. Were they out of another color?
Yeah, I originally wanted the black and gray one, and then the only one that they had available that was like in my price range for the money that I had was this olive. And I figured, like, I'm in the woods. You know what I mean?
Camouflage.
That was my only little caveat to that. But like, I still have it. I'll never get rid of that. And I actually bought another one just like that off of it last year or so, maybe 2 years ago. He only wanted $30 for it, but it was like my size because I'm old and fatter now. So if I want to play in it, I can play in that, that same jersey essentially without ripping the original.
Yeah.
Nice.
There's no way I fit in my barbed wire jersey. I think that bitch is like a large.
Now, this.
Yeah. If I can find what I'm looking for now.
It's got a broken little feed neck down the bottom, but like, good God Almighty.
Magnetic lid.
Yeah.
It don't work no more. Does the magnet still work on it?
No, it's not. There's no magnet. It's snap.
Oh, I thought they were magnet lids.
No, that was a mod that you could do. You would super glue. Like, there's a magnet here.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like you would have to like mod it yourself.
That was before speed feeds, people. And then people started putting garbage disposal caps on top of their loader, and everybody's like, "What the hell is this?"
And it worked though.
And then the first speed feeds were those big ass fucking skateboard ramp things. You remember those?
The ones with the
my god, yes.
No, the big plastic ass speed feeds that stood up like 6 inches off the back of your hopper. Oh my god! But I'm gonna tell you what though, they looked ugly as shit, but they kept painting your hopper better than the ones you get now.
Yeah, I'll give them that.
They were ugly as hell. Oh my god, they were so ugly.
You remember the tube feed that had the spring in it?
The
Q loader.
The Q loader.
Yeah,
that is the dumbest shit. That and Angel Air and all that shit. Just it's so funny to think on like which direction paintball equipment could have gone. You know what I mean? With shit like that Q loader. Thank God that didn't stick, because who wants to keep that big fucking contraption on the side of your gun the whole time?
Nobody.
Yeah, I got one of those on the shelf back there too.
So give y'all. Well, the Spider Phoenix. So I was going to say, to give everybody a little backstory real quick on why I even have these spiders, it's honestly all thanks to PJ.
You're welcome.
When I went to Europe a few years ago for a deployment and came back, I left all my paintball gear with him essentially, and I was like, if you could find me like sell the LV 1.6 that I have, try to find me like a H2K GO4 or a 1.6, whatever, let me get one of those. And at the time, I had a Ryan Greenspan V2 Signature Force, or is it V3?
It was a V1. It was a V1.
Well, I meant like, he's had like 2 or 3 signature seasons. I ain't talking about like the actual Force.
It was the black. It was the black and red one with the gold splash on it.
Yeah, so it wasn't the Stay Hungry one. It was the one after that. But I come back and I open up the like. There's a video. I'm actually going to post it to like YouTube and Facebook here shortly after the episode, but. He got me this. He traded my Force for the H2K GO4
and some money.
Which this is also this is also something that I'll never get rid of because of sentimental value now. But he also got me the Spider Rodeo with the Smart Parts Progressive Barrel, which is this, and that hopper that I just had on there is the same setup that I had when we were Blind Fury, when it was me, PJ, and TC essentially.
Can't hit what you can't see.
Yeah, man. So, a lot of dust on this shit right now. So it's on my shelf. But then I went from that to like the Spider Phoenix, and when I was shooting the Spider Phoenix at my first speedball tournament, PJ caught one of the sickest pictures ever of like me playing paintball and everything, and that's another reason like I'll never get rid of guns.
Wasn't that Steven's Phoenix? Didn't you buy that from Steven? Because he had Angel.
No, I didn't buy it. That was Jody Weaver let me borrow it.
Oh yeah, what was Jody shooting then? The TES.
TES Dragon.
What a piece of shit that gun. Josh still has his.
That's wild because that was my old one.
that gun is a piece of shit. I never knew anybody that shot one that stayed working.
Yeah,
Never found one. I mean, they look like
the crazy thing. The Spider works.
Hell yeah,
it works.
Hell yeah, it does.
So I haven't aired up the Phoenix. I haven't tried that one.
I don't think that Phoenix works.
Which is fine.
I don't remember. Mine does. I kept my working one. Yeah.
But yeah, like TC, like I'll put up the box and everything. I was like, PJ, where's my Force? He's like, well, about that, you don't have a Force.
Yeah. So the dude wanted. It was actually I can't remember, Ben maybe from Wildcat Paintball, I think. I traded them the Force and some cash, and it might have been like a couple hundred or something like that. But I hit up like my dad and my sister, and I was like, "Hey, do y'all want to like kick in? Because first off, I'm poor. Do y'all want to kick in on a welcome back present from Daniel?" And they were like, "Sure, what is it?" And I explained it to them, and they were like, "Well, why don't we do this, this, and this?" I'm like, "No, y'all don't understand. This is what I've been tasked with. This is what I've been tasked with. I have found a H2K GO4 that is in 10 out of 10 condition. It has everything that it came with straight from Carl. Yeah, this is what he needs." And Dad was like, "All right, here." And my sister was like, "Oh, well, we maybe." I was like, "No, bitch. Cash in right now."
I got Abby's insurance.
Yeah. I was like, "Cash in, bitch." But no, we made that happen, and I was glad that I was like, I hope he's not mad. Like, I hope he doesn't just grow a fucking random obsession with this Force, because it is gone. Like, that bitch is long gone. I shot it.
Shooting gun, man.
I shot it while you were gone too. I played that one day at Twisted. And I took it out there. I took that, the 1.6, and my Lux, and something happened to my Lux. Like it just wouldn't shoot over like 230 that day. I don't know why.
Was it the barrel issue?
Maybe. I don't know, but it wouldn't shoot over 230. So, and one day it just randomly started working right. But anyways, so I shot the Force for a point or two, but I was like, I knew I was trying to get rid of it, so I was like, I don't want to dive and scratch this thing or like core sample it. So I put it up and I shot the 1.6. You can actually see a picture of my fat ass wearing one of Yaya Boucher's jerseys shooting at 1.6. But That's such a good shooting gun too. That bitch knows it's dialed and broken. Every time I shoot that gun, it's on the money every time.
Yeah, I got that bitch dialed in like like I still have it.
Yeah,
like
I wouldn't get rid of it. I wouldn't. Nobody's gonna give you nothing for it, and it shoots better than most of these newer guns out the box.
Yeah, I have that thing dialed in. I think it needs to be like clean and probably like rebuilt with like the O-rings and shit.
Yeah.
Which when we go to Cup, I'm gonna take that and my infamous CS2 that I had customized a while ago when I was in Texas. Like the mechanical part of it works fine, but when I put the E-trigger on it, it doesn't. I put a brand new Noid in it and everything, so I don't know if it's like one of the boards because you know how like the CS2 has an upper and a lower board now instead of just one single board on the gun.
Yeah.
But something that math ain't mathing essentially because it does not work. But I remember taking TC's TL Plus to this church paintball event. Dude, it wasn't
GCM?
Not GCM. It was a different one. They went towards King Street and played at somebody's like hunting land. But I never got a chance to take TC's TL Plus to the GCM.
Great Commission Ministries.
Yeah, I never got to take his TL Plus to that. Only was able to borrow it once. But, dude, I can't even... just like what they said with John Wick, the bodies that he laid that day. Dude, that thing...
he killed him.
Shooting fucking...
He killed him with a fucking pencil.
You just threw a needle with that gun.
Oh, dude, that thing was shooting fucking lasers, man. And it was like awful paint, too. God awful paint. I'm pretty sure that shit was from like Kmart.
Walmart Brass Eagle paint.
Bro, but I was like...
It was like 72 cal.
That thing was... Dude, you can hear me go, crack, 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 and you hear, hit, I'm hit, ow, ow.
That gun had a metal sounding shoot. Like it would make like a chink noise.
Sound like a force.
Shooting a machine. Yeah, chink, 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 chink. It's all metal. The thing weighed like 38 pounds.
Daniel's at the church event shooting people. Get out, fucker!
Fucking amen. No,
Lord, we're gonna pray. We're gonna pray for this motherfucking.
But yeah, I remember using that thing. I think I used. I want to say I used TC's Titman one time.
Before it caught the spray paint bomb.
Yeah.
Now, it was, for those who don't know, and again, I don't have it here, a Titman 98. Just imagine a regular Titman 98, but spray painted bright red.
Like blood red.
Yeah, not anodized. Spray painted.
Rattle can.
Spray painted.
Yeah, rattle can, inside, outside. Now, nothing stuck in it. You know, it ran. I oiled it up and it ran fine.
God.
Those are some tough guns, dude.
You couldn't hurt it.
You could slam it against a brick wall and air it up and keep going. Oh, I got hiccups now. Yeah, it cracked the wall. Oh my god! I remember wanting an A5 so bad because everybody had 98 customs. I was like, I want an A5 to be different.
You wanted that flatline barrel.
The A5 just for that hopper. Like it feeds itself. I'm like, okay,
the
cool.
Cyclone hopper or whatever.
Yeah.
5
feed.
Imagine being on Titman Effect and having to shoot one of them heavy ass guns.
God almighty.
Carl Markowski did it. That's how he got on the excessive. He was fastest guy on the field with a fucking 98 in his hand. You know, I mean, holy shit. You know, you got to be fast to do that. Shout out Carl Markowski one time. Love that dude.
We need to get him back on the show.
Yeah, I need to reach out and just do a wellness check on him, see how everything's going. Like, bro, you good?
If you put a low pressure kit on that gun, it ran pretty good. It was relatively competitive for the time.
On the
not with CO2
on the 98.
On the 98. Yeah, you put a low pressure kit on it.
Yeah. TC, do you remember when we put our anti-siphon kits in our CO2 tanks, and we thought we were like bad ass around Manning, South Carolina?
Yeah, nobody. Yeah, I got anti-siphon in mine. What's that? I don't know, but I got it.
Well, it wouldn't let the liquid form of CO2 go through your gun.
It's anti-siphon.
Siphon filter.
That was a good game.
I was playing that actually.
That was a good game.
You can stream that. You can stream that from PSN. I've been playing that when y'all say that we're gonna get on tonight. I was like, all right, I'll get on like an hour early. I'll be playing Siphon filter, and thank fucking God, if I fuck up, you can do like a rewind.
Oh yeah,
Oh, nice.
Start from where you fucked up and just he
nice,
comes from that angle.
nice,
Rewind.
dude.
Ah.
The dude's name is Gabe. That's what I remember. His name is Gabe, and there's some
Logan.
the first mission. They're bitching about something with the CDC. I remember because I used to play that at Hugh's house next door religiously. Yeah, love that
Great
game.
game.
Oh my god, yo! I wish they would get a remaster, like a full on remaster.
They made
probably will.
3 or 4 of them.
Mm-hmm.
4 of them. Or actually, no, I think they made 4 or 5 because the one was like Siphon Filter Logan Shadow.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever.
But you know, I want everything to get a remaster, but I also want some good original shit. Like we're doing this with movies now. I swear I'm about to get this back to paintball, but we're doing this with movies now, to where everybody's just rehashing old shit. Nobody has any good original ideas hardly. Like there's some that hit here and there, but we're gonna fucking redo John Carpenter's The Thing for the 500th time. You know, like come on, dude.
Yeah. Well, you know it's an easy money grab too, because you know people are gonna go see it.
Yeah, look how good that worked out for Rob Zombie. Yeah, look how good that worked out for Rob Zombie with his 2 Halloween fuck ups. Anyways, back to paintball.
Hold on now. No. In all fairness to Rob Zombie, we have all seen the new Halloween movies too.
Yeah,
I liked 2018. I would still rather watch Halloween Ends than Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. When I put on Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, I watched the opening dream sequence in the hospital, and after that, I swear to God, after that, when he killed, what's that woman's name? Octavia Spencer, I think is her name, maybe. I think she played the woman in Ma. But anyways, once she fucking leaves the chat, I'm pretty much done. I'm pretty much done. But yeah, Halloween Ends is fucking hammered dog shit. But
yes,
Halloween Ends is second to last on my list of Halloween rankings. But that's neither here nor there. Yeah, I remember going to that dude's house, the same place that we talked about on From the Sidelines, Daniel. Well, who was that? Michael's house?
We went to Michael's Land.
Yeah, over there by 95. And I just remember watching what was that dude's name? It wasn't Michael. I know who Michael is. The dude, Bobby
that would do the Terminator.
Yeah,
walk?
so Bobby. So for the listeners, this was like a 3-on-3 tournament. Like the first part of it.
3-on-3 murder.
Yeah, the first part of this thing was like kind of set up speedballish. Like it wasn't necessarily in the woods. They just had some shit kind of like in an alleyway. You know, some metal tin and shit like that. So it wasn't like there wasn't a whole lot of trees or nothing. But anyways, so wasn't there another team or two there? Like it wasn't just us and them.
Well, it was a lot of his friends, like in school and stuff. It's some guys that I had played with. This guy named Cody was there. Shane was there. There was a bunch of people, and they broke it up into 3-man teams.
Yeah,
they were all like the same age.
So, because I remember standing off the side of the fence, because they had a chain link fence there, and I remember standing off the side of it, and this dude, he had an A5, he had the full fucking head JT mask from Walmart, and he was camouflaged. He was camouflaged head to toe, and he would gain gun dominance on you. Like he would put you in and just stand up and just fucking pelt your bunker with this A5 and just walk slowly. Just picture like fucking Terminator. That's what we call it, Terminator walk. And at first I was like, this dude is like creepy. Like this dude knows he's got you by the balls. Like holy shit. Like how do you combat this? Well, we had we had a fourth player on our 3-man whom I will not name on this podcast for the sake of you two. Yeah.
Meth head?
Yeah. So one of those games I sat out and I was watching this thing unfold, and Daniel and TC, this other bitch is like way back there, and Daniel and TC are kind of up at like around the 50-ish, what would be the 50. And this dude just stands up and he's just like pop, 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 like shooting over there towards TC. And I see Daniel just kind of pop the top and with that fucking spider. And he's like, oh, fuck, oh, shit. And I'm like, oh, yeah, maybe that's not a good idea. Let's not do that no more, dude. Like, it sucks for you. I remember them getting all kind of mad about that shit.
He tried that shit.
Only fire? Oh, no, go ahead.
Oh,
I know two stories, but go ahead with yours
Christ.
first.
Somebody was in the tree.
Christ. Nope, I'll let you. No,
okay.
let TC tell the story.
Yeah,
tell this fucking story.
You tell the other one first about because I
All
popped him. I domed him too, just one ball.
So this was a whole separate time. So I like what I have to say. So I'll let you go ahead and tell this story first from this little tournament piece. Because my story's from the junkyard.
Fire or
the friendly fire.
Okay, so we're going. The way the field's set up, you have some bunkers outside of the woods, and then you kind of make your way into the woods. And they're in the woods, and they throw smoke bombs to start the game, and all this stuff. They're, like I said, fully camoed out. And we're pushing into the woods, and there's some trees on the left, trees on the right, and Daniel shoots out somebody from the left-hand side of the field, or this trail really. And I didn't see him, or I didn't hear the call out, or I don't know what happened. I just knew there was somebody there, and then there weren't. And about 10 seconds later, there was somebody there again. And I thought, oh, cool.
I thought I made the move of the fucking century, too.
Yeah, I was like, oh, that guy's just wide open. I'm going to light him up. So I did. I popped up and just roped him. And it was Daniel.
Rest in peace.
Position, and I had no idea.
The only other guy at the fucking field with a paintball jersey. TC's like, oh, free kill.
Oh my god.
Dude. Oh my god. And I just looked at him and I was like, I'm not calling out. I was like, I was rubbing my back around the I did my arms like that. I went.
Yeah, I was just testing my aim.
TC went. Like that. He literally went.
He shrugged his shoulders for the non-YouTube people.
Yeah,
we got to get better about that. We're also not on YouTube.
Well, so talking about this Terminator walk on that Bobby dude, you guys remember the left side of the junkyard? Like if we're looking at our entrance to the junkyard, you'd walk to the left would be that start point, and then you walk to the right, and then it'd be the other start point that was behind like the center brush that was just super fucking thick.
Yeah,
you know, like we had the old wash machine shell to the left. We had some pallets and stuff to the left. Do you guys remember that?
Yeah,
I do.
Vaguely.
All right. So me and TC went left, and then the bitch who we will not speak of went to the right, and I'm a little far forward, and I'm kind of looking under the tin that we had between the two pine trees, because there's like maybe like 4 inches between the tin and the actual ground itself. So I'm moving away pine straw, and I'm looking down like this, like my head's like laying my ear to the fucking ground, like I'm dances with wolves or something.
That motherfucker's a tracking Indian.
Yeah, but I'm doing that so I can see what they're doing. And this guy is like shooting the same spot on this tin. I guess he thought that I was scared because I wasn't popping my head up. But I'm down here looking. I'm like, all right, TC, hey, he's coming. And he goes like, all right, let me know when he's like in that little opening. I was like, all right, now. And TC pops up and he goes, tat, 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 tat. And you just see him like long range darts. Whack, 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 whack. And he just goes, I'm fucking going home. I was like, oh my god.
What a
Because we were shooting that dude. We were shooting that dude all fucking afternoon, man. Every time he tried to make a fucking move. There was one time where he thought he was being sneaky and he was low crawling through that center, the center
That's
50.
When I shot him on top of the head.
Oh, so the thing about that
covered.
Yeah, so TC shot him in the head, and TC's like, get out, on your head. And he's like, I'm not hit. So I look to the right, and he's about like my 2 o'clock, and I was like, he's not getting out. So whack, 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 whack. He's like, I'm fucking hit. I'm like, get out when you're shot.
Yeah,
like
bro.
we all had like the same mindset. If you were caught cheating, you were basically prone to being overshot.
Yeah,
that was it. Everybody had the same honor system. If you're caught cheating, then you're gonna get overshot, and there was nothing that you can do about it. No throwing fisticuffs, no nothing, or no getting pissed off when you get bunkered without having your mask on. Like,
yeah.
No shit like that.
So these guys were like
intentionally aimed to hurt him, but our rounds went there where they went. There was another guy that went out there a few times, Joe Thomas. Dan, I don't know if it was you or me.
Joe Mama.
But one of us ear holed him with a paintball. it went like where the strap wasn't, and straight in his ear. Okay, I couldn't remember.
No, that was definitely
the day you were breathy heaving into your mask and fogging it up.
And there were no chronos out here neither at all.
Oh no, like 400 probably. Yeah.
That's why your spider sounded metallic, because it was like 410. Ting!
Should have been all metal every time I fired.
Coming apart.
Firing pin. A star chamber.
Oh my god. Daniel,
that was wild, man.
Remember that time you shot Josh in the head at the house? You'd turn to fucking. Remember that it was Lee's Tipman. Was it Lee or TC's Tipman? It had the velocity adjuster on the back of it. You could like.
TC's. Mine.
Yeah. So Daniel, we're doing like little 1v1s in the front yard of my parents' house. You know, my parents live out in the country, so we're not in a neighborhood or nothing. So I think I've told the story before, but oh my god, this thing is hilarious. So like the side Daniel was on. When you started, like, this is close quarters. Like, you probably have 25 yards between like start box to start box, if that.
If that, man.
So maybe 25 feet. but Daniel's side had two big ass pine trees to start at, and Josh's side, you could either go to the corner of the house, like we had bushes that lined the house, and we had some like plywood stuffed in there, kind of like a tape, and then there was a picnic table. We had a big piece of plywood stuck behind. So of course, Daniel goes to one of these big ass pine trees. Josh runs to the picnic table, and you know this is none of us. Daniel might have at this point, but none of us have gone to a paintball field. We've always played in the woods, and so Josh kind of like pops the top and is shooting the pine tree. Well, little did he know, Daniel had made his way into the bushes, like in the snake, if you will. And I look over. I'm standing over by like Mama's car. And I see Daniel twisting his fucking thumb screw on this back of his Tipman. And this bitch, Daniel just like snaps out and clip. And the moment the paint left the barrel, it instantaneously touched his head. That's how fast it come out of this fucking gun. And
boom.
Everybody that has ever played paintball has seen this clip of the little kid at the Orange X ball field, the headshot clip. That's what Josh's head snapped back so fast. And he grabbed his head immediately. He grabbed his forehead immediately, and he was like, "I'm fucking done." And I ran over and I was like, "Are you good?" He's like, "No." Mind you, this is my best friend now. So my brother has completely, ruined. That's not the first time he's hurt him, but we're not going to go into detail on that. but
I'm sorry, Josh.
So he straight up just fucking JFK'd my best friend with the Tipman 98. but luckily that wasn't his last time playing paintball. I've been able to drag him out the last couple of times we've played. Well, a few of the last times we played. Remember he went out there with us to Twisted when we got Market Chase out there. That was a fun day.
The red versus blue.
Yeah, and he went red versus blue with us. Yep, he sure did.
The first one we went to.
Yep.
That was, oh my god.
Shut up. It was cold. Oh my god, it was cold that day.
That sucked, yeah.
Yeah, I thought the one we went to last year was going to be just as cold, and it was warm by like 8:30 last year.
Yeah, that was wild.
Yeah.
I remember me and TC playing when we had the pumps, when you had the Talon pumps, and we were playing in this backyard where we took the frame of a trampoline, turned it upside down to where it had the frame, and then we took carpet, like old carpet or some shit, and then or old rug, and flipped it over there. So it was just like, yeah, dude, and like we even had, we made it work. But
mind you, TC did live in the middle of town. We didn't.
Yeah. Which was still, I don't know how in the world we got away with it.
Didn't your dad get mad because you were shooting the back of the house?
Oh, dude, the back of that covered in paint. I'm like, it'll wash off, and it didn't wash off.
I remember Mr. Scott asking me, he goes, "Hey, son, you gonna come back over here tomorrow and wash the back of my house?" I said, "Yes, sir." And never showed up.
It's not nobody likes you, dude.
I had to get a bristle brush and scrub it off.
Oh my god.
Now, granted, if I had a car back then I would have done it.
TC could have come and got you into Cavalier in to your house and back in 20 minutes.
There and back in 10 minutes.
Oh my god! Let me tell you. Speaking of good times, let me throw TC under the bus.
The statute of limitations is way out on this. You're good.
Allegedly. Yeah. So,
Yeah, like
back in the day, was it ESPN that PV2X would come on? I'm pretty sure it was.
Yeah. Saturday morning.
So it was like Saturday morning cartoons for us, but it was for paintball, right? Well, they would have had like CFOA coverage, professional coverage, all kinds of shit, and we thought the world of it because paintball was our new cool thing. There wasn't a lot of people doing it around our area, so we were like, "This is our whole unique thing."
It was kind of like skateboarding, and then everybody wanted to be skaters, and then you kind of moved on to paintball. Luckily, that trend didn't follow. Anyways,
thank God. But anyway, TC calls me. He's like, "Hey, do you want to come over and watch it?" I was like, "Ain't no fucking way. My mom's gonna leave here at like 7:00 in the morning to take me to Manning for like 8:30." Yeah, TC's like, "What? Okay, I'll be there." I was like, "How soon?" He's like, just be ready. And maybe 10 minutes later, this fucker's coming lane. Beep beep.
This is a 20-minute drive. Like realistically, it's like 18 minutes for real.
He had that fucking Cavalier in the fucking wind, and the funny part was when I got him that car, he's like, "Hey, you want to see how fast how I got here?" I was like, "Send it." So let me give you a perspective. You guys have kids, so y'all have watched Wall-E, right?
No, I've never watched Wall-E.
You need to so you know where he's so TC, you know when he puts in that fucking hyperdrive and the captain's like that. That's how I felt in the fucking Cavalier, dude, going down June in Manning.
Mind you, Juneburn Road is about as wide as my computer monitor. It is country road as country road can get.
Oh my God, man.
Holy shit.
We made it with 10 minutes to spare before the show even
Y'all could have went to McDonald's and got breakfast and still made it on time.
Easily.
Back then, McDonald's was right down the street.
No doubt.
Which, I mean, it still kind of is now, but it's a little bit further.
Yeah, everything in Manning's right down the street.
Yeah. Yeah, from one end to the other. Oh, man.
That was fucking wild, though.
Yeah.
Good God almighty.
But, man, I ain't gonna bullshit you. Like, just thinking back to, like, when we first started playing, like, I had fun at GCM. I went out there with Jody a few times. Like, Daniel, you and I went a couple of times together. Like, Mom dropped us off or whatever. But Jody come and picked me up a few times, and we went out. And Jody I've talked about him.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
What?
I shot a stork, a fucking crane.
Yeah. But Jody...
Story, PJ, I'll hit it after.
Jody was my social studies teacher, and he was obsessed with paintball like we were. And I've talked about him on this podcast before, but he would take me. He's he's real religious. He's God-fearing man, but he would take me to the paintball events on Sundays or Saturday, whenever it was. Saturdays, it wasn't Sunday because Sunday they had church.
It was Saturdays.
So they had a block of woods beside the church. We'd go play, and then he'd take me back home or whatever. And a couple of times he had taken me out to duck and dive when it was still duck and dive and shit. And quick little side note, I've told this story before, but it's hilarious. So our friend Chase Hughes sold me an 04 Pro Stock. And it kept blowing the front block apart. Like, it kept blowing the hoses off. And I didn't have a phone. So I used Jody's phone to call Chase and was on the phone with him for like 20 minutes back in like 2003, 2004.
I ate his minutes up.
Oh my God. He jumped my ass. He was like, what are you doing? That's my phone. You have used all my minutes. And I'm like, what are minutes? Like, what are you? I just made a phone call. But yeah, he crawled my ass about using that phone. But yeah, shout out to Chase for selling me a piece of shit autococker.
He knew what he was doing.
But no, man,
I ain't gonna work right here.
Yeah, but no, I had a lot of fun doing all that. But it's outside of going to fields and shit like that. The most fun I ever had was the junkyard. That shit, because we had the field, we had the woods beside our house, and then we found those like 15,000 rattlesnakes under a piece of tin, and we were like, yeah, we're gonna leave the chat. So y'all moved all that shit to the lake. So, when you have it beside your house, you kind of take that shit for granted. I could go out there anytime I want to and do whatever. When you pack it up and you move it somewhere else, it's kind of like, to me, it was like going to the skate park. You get a feeling of anticipation and excitement when you roll up there. And for me, even as a kid, because of course Mom had to take us out there most of the time if TC didn't take us. Mom would go and drop us off because her sister lived 2 minutes down the road. He's like, I'm coming to get y'all in like 2 hours. And I would literally, I'd have my headphones on. I'd listen to my Breaking Benjamin We Are Not Alone album the whole way there and hype myself up with a PB2X magazine, like no bullshit, just to get out there with my Eradicator and get smoked by both of y'all. Just ruined my good time. But no, I had a blast, man, and I cherish those memories because, everybody does have to start somewhere. A lot of people's paintball start story is like a birthday party or whatever. That wasn't my case. I was Daniel was following our brother and our cousin, and then I followed him. You know what I mean? And here we are now talking about paintball at fucking 11 o'clock at night on a podcast doing a YouTube video for 6 viewers. So who would have ever thought we got this far with it?
Yeah, no kidding. Speaking of the Cavalier Adventures, the White Cavalier, the White Knight.
Granted, we loaded up all that stuff in the Cavalier.
He had 10, just pallets, 10.
It's not made for towing.
No, we made it, dude. We were fucking determined to have our own little mecca of paintball, and we fucking made it work.
It was
one of those trips. We just going from Manning to the lake where our quote junkyard was, our field, our little private field. There was a body of water on both sides. It was like what did you say? Like a spillway? Yeah, spillway.
Yeah.
And there was this crane just sitting on the stone arc of the spillway, and I was like, "Hey, TC, slow down just a little bit." I was like, "I'm gonna scare the fuck out of this crane," and I had maybe half a tank of CO2 left, and about a month-old Marbleizer paint. I was like, I'm gonna scare the hell out of this crane. And I went pop, 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 like I was doing a fucking drive-by. And I swear to God, the first fucking shot cracked the fucking crane's neck. It went crack, and it just
life out of him.
Dude, it just went and fell over. Me and TC didn't say a fucking word for a solid 2 minutes. Like first we were like, jaw dropped, like no fucking way to just happen. We just busted out fucking laughing, could not breathe.
Oh my god.
We had to pull, PJ, you know where the road that goes to Aunt Max and like where all our family is down the way?
Yeah.
We had to pull off right there and fucking just like catch our fucking breath because we could not stop laughing.
The joke's on you
shit,
because there's no statute of limitations on that. You are literally about to go to prison. Like they're coming for you right now. I haven't even posted this. They're coming for you right now.
They're listening.
The FBI agent's like, FBI, open up. Are those level 4 plates?
We should get the fuck out of here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna brand what my defense is here. I ain't putting.
Yeah.
But dude, I remember riding with TC for like the first time going to the bar pits, which is near the dam, and he pulls out this fucking metal shield that weighed like.
The one I had was wood. It was Cody's.
Oh yeah. Yours was wood.
He made it welding class. He's like, heavy, and Cody weighs like 365 pounds, and he's like at this time, and he's like 5'1", so he's a hippopotamus. But yeah, he made this, and hey, shout out, Cody's awesome. He made this shield in welding class, and it's metal, and then he spray paints camouflage pattern on the front of it. I'm like, dude, you're gonna smash somebody with this and kill him. The one I had was wood. So yeah, continue.
That was, dude. I just remember going there and like y'all pulling out these fucking shields and stuff, and I was like, "What the fuck did I get myself into? Like, why am I even here?" And I don't remember what I was using, but like I remember that trip, I did not have a good fucking time at all. And I think the original spot we were supposed to go at, that old school,
by the airport,
was a few weeks.
Yeah.
A few weeks before that, my cousin, I don't know if you guys ever met Israel. He played, but a few weeks prior, we were playing out there in that abandoned school. Totally legal. Nobody look into it. And he took his mask off for some reason. Again, don't ever take your mask off. And he literally got shot in the eye. And he can see-ish, but he is legally blind in that eye.
My eyes are watering. Listen to that.
Yeah, so that's bringing back PTSD from me getting shot. We told that story in the last podcast too. Yeah, that sucks. That sucks.
It was a cool place because you could, go classroom to classroom and clear it, and you could have fun games out there. But yeah, we were doing like some tactical stuff while we had the shields, and we'd find this goes back to customizing and making stuff your own. We go look online for like, can I find a tripod for my gun? And me and my buddy at the time named Chris, we found a guy that was making suppressors, paintball gun. So, super secret agent and stuff. And we bought these suppressors, and they're like $25 a piece. And all it was some PVC pipe with holes drilled in it.
$25.
Yeah, $25. That's probably $4 to make it. We sprayed painted a black, put them on the guns, and that's when I had my Tipman. I had it wrapped in that camo tape, like legit camo tape.
Mm-hmm.
Not like duct tape, but like cloth tape, like the hunters put on their guns and stuff.
Yeah, and like athletic tape.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, this is so cool.
Good stuff.
Yes. And I thought it was the coolest thing ever.
Mm-hmm.
Those were some wild times, man. Like lately, I've been in the feels about like reminiscing about the good old days. Like, when you be doom scrolling on Facebook or social media, and like they have the fucking dove in the background.
Yeah,
like, it's just like, dude, it just takes me back. And then thinking about like all the freedom that we had and not a care in the fucking world, and the joy that going to play paintball the weekend at the junkyard would bring you. You know what I mean? Like, I don't get that anymore, and it fucking sucks. Like, I hope my son will pick it up. I hope Landon does it, and I hope he kind of has the same experience. But like, a lot of kids don't have that type of freedom anymore because everybody's a fucking Karen, so to speak, or a dick.
The world is just so different than what we grew up in.
It is, man, and you can't let your kids just go do what they want to anymore. So like you said earlier, how like mom would drop us off at the paintball place to go fucking play for 2 hours.
She would drop us off in town to go skating all day.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like, she would literally let us there. She says, all right, don't do anything that you're not supposed to. And me and PJ would not. We had like 4 or 5 skate spots that we would always go to. And there was one, it was a gazebo. It had like a small little 2-set that me and him would skate there hours. Nobody would bother us. The cops wouldn't say shit. And then there was another one where at the time that was the Shell station that was across from the Piggly Wiggly. Like, it was not really abandoned.
It was just closed. They had just closed it. Yeah.
And we would skate there, and the cops would literally park there and just watch us skate. They wouldn't say anything. Mm-hmm. You can't, dude. I guarantee you, if I took a skateboard around Manning right now, the cops would get called to me so fucking fast. Like, what is this pedophile doing or some shit?
Yeah. And then the school, we go skate the little 3-stair at the school and shit. At
elementary school.
Yeah, and then mom would be like, just be at such and such. We would be at McDonald's by like 3:00. And we'd be like, all right, cool.
We would be there.
I would never. I don't give a shit if Jacob was 17 years old. There's no fucking way I would do that in this day and time.
No.
Well, dude, we used to, talking about going out and doing stuff alone, Daniel and I would go out, like he'd spend the night over here, and we were, 13, 14 years old at the time. We just walk around town, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
No problem.
Yeah.
We walked out to the truck stop from my house.
Oh my God.
An hour? Solid hour walking?
Yeah.
We had a video game session going on that night.
The fucked up thing is you get there, you get all the way over there, and you're like, damn, now I got to go back.
Exactly. This is only halfway.
Yeah, but we didn't fucking care, man. Like, there were some times where we would run around, man, like our fucking shirts tied up like fucking like ninja mask and everything.
God. You would get killed. You would get killed today.
You end up pushing.
Yeah. Oh my God, the Bank of Clarendon. I went to go. This is when Jackass was a thing, and it was hot, and the coolest thing to mimic Jackass. I went to go do basically a belly flop into these bushes. Well, my dumbass didn't really pay attention to my surroundings. And when I did a belly flop, the fucking irrigation system was sticking out of the bush like this, and it went beep,
oh
out of
my
fucking
God.
chin. Oh my God, dude.
Dumb bitch.
Yeah, good God. Dude, like me, TC, and David Thompson used to run that town at night.
I thought you were about to say something about his grandma.
David!
David!
Shout out to Miss Dell. Miss Dell was like 86 years old driving us to the fucking skate park, dude. Miss Dell was the shit, dude.
Taught our dad in
like elementary school. Like elementary school. Some shit like that.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Is it elementary school or middle school? Taught him English. But was taking us to skate parks and stuff like that.
Shout out to Miss Dale one time, to one of the nicest women you'd ever meet, and y'all treated her like shit.
I did not.
Daniel, you might have too, but we would, if I'd spend the night over there, and she couldn't hear anything, and she couldn't come up the stairs to check on us. So we wait till about 10 o'clock when she's just out, and we go down the garage and take her car, and ride around.
Yeah, we did that.
Y'all are pieces of shit. I never did anything like that, dude. Like, I didn't. Like, one of our friends, I'm not going to say his name on the podcast right now. Y'all know what I'm talking about. One of our friends wrecked his car into a fucking ditch. And Dan was like, hey, are you going with me? It's like 1 o'clock in the morning. The dude had just left our house. And I'm like, first off, you don't have a car. Where are you going? Well, he's in a ditch, so I'm going to take Dad's Peterbilt to go pull him out. I'm like, there's no fucking way on this godforsaken earth I am getting in that Peterbilt with you, because the second you fire that bitch up, I promise you Dad's spidey sensors are going to fucking tingle, and his ass is up. And I'm not going to be caught dead in the passenger seat of that son of a bitch when you're trying to figure out how to drive this motherfucker to go pull your friend out of a. Oh my God, he would have drug you out by your fucking heels. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
He'd probably be in jail because I would be fucking DED dead.
You probably would have lost your privileges to live in that house if you would have left for that truck that night.
Probably.
I promise you, because he loved that truck more than he did us. That was that burgundy flat top. But anyways,
oh yeah.
But yeah, I didn't do anything like that. Like. The craziest, I don't want to say the craziest, because I did do some wild shit that I won't speak of here. But like me and Josh, the same one Daniel fucking JFK'd straight to the dome, back and to the left. But so my parents have like a 3/10 of a mile paved road in front of their house. We call the lane, and it wasn't nothing. Josh used to stay at our house all the time, like almost every weekend he was at our house. And it wasn't shit for us to just, we'd start walking up and down the lane. We'd just talk and bullshit. And then sometimes we'd go out there and sit at the picnic table. Kind of picture this, listeners. We're the middle of the country. The closest neighbor is 2 miles down the road. We live in front of a fucking cornfield. So it's just bright moonlight, it sounds like a damn Blake Shelton song. It's essentially what we lived in. But
wow.
It wasn't shit. And at the end of the lane essentially was a crossroads. So you have a pretty major, not I don't want to say a major highway, but a pretty big highway running, it
was well traveled,
east and west, and then you had like a little 2-lane across from the lane, and our lane was the dead end. So when you're walking up and down the lane, it's nothing for you to see a car come up to the stop sign and they either go towards Sumter or they go towards King Street. Because there's big dead end signs of shit right there. So one night we just randomly decided to like stage a fight at like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. I was like, yo, when this car comes up to this stop sign, I'm going to come out the ditch. I'm going to beat your ass. And then we're going to see what they do. And he's like, all right, cool. So I run into the ditch. And he's standing like on the shoulder, across the road on the shoulder, like on the edge of the cornfield. And this car comes up to the stop sign. As soon as they're approaching, I jump out the ditch and like tackle him. And I'm like hitting the ground beside his head, and he goes to like block, and he actually pops me in the face. I'm like, "Oh, you faggot!" And we're so getting canceled. But so we're bullshitting around, like I'm fake hitting him, and he's like trying to fake kick me. And we look up, and this car has made the turn. They made the left turn towards Manning, but they have stopped. And I'm like, yo, they're stopped. Yo, they're back. Josh, they're backing up. And by the time I looked, he's halfway back to the house. He done got up and left. And I'm like, holy shit. So they're turning around to pull into the lane, and me and him just duck off into the woods like there's not a fucking house right there, if they drive down the lane. And you remember where that little setback was in the woods, Daniel, where it was just like a small opening almost to the house?
Oh, where
we would walk in, like where the brush pile was. So we jumped in there. And we literally followed the old paintball course back home, like where we had cut down some of the shit.
Damn.
And they stayed, like you see the headlights. We were at the house. behind one of the trees, and you could see the headlights pointing down the lane, and they would pan into the woods, and then they'd pull up and it'd pan across the field, and they never came down to the house and turn around like a smart person would. They did a 3-point turn to the left, but we were just like, why did we think that was a good idea to do this shit 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning? That was stupid.
Let me tell you something that's stupid to do 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning in a fucking southern town. Was run around with your t-shirts tied around like they're ninja masks and then jump in front of a car at a red light. And one of the fucking people that I jumped in front was Elizabeth from Catherine's sister.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And I went, uh-oh, Elizabeth? And she goes, Daniel. And I was like,
you stupid bitch.
Yeah, boy, she went and told Mom about that one.
Y'all would have gotten shot doing that shit today, because
that's what I'm saying.
You do that to me. You do that to me. I'm gonna fucking kill your ass, dude. You're dead. Like, I'm neutral, dropping the Duramax. I'm spooling that bitch up to about 35 pounds, and I'm dropping that bitch down. And your ass is roadkill, buddy.
But fuck,
it was fun.
All of the listeners, what does this got to do with paintball? What the fuck?
Did you not?
Hey, you had your disclaimer at the front. Yeah, dude. You gave me the warning.
They're never gonna let me on again.
Yeah. Shit.
Me and TC used to run around taking the re-election signs from around shit. Yeah, God.
Y'all were terrible. I never did shit like that.
We take road signs too, allegedly.
Yeah. Allegedly, hardcore allegedly.
Back when how long is statute of limitations on that? Like 7 years. So like
we're good.
Yeah, y'all were like 26 years ago. Y'all were doing this shit.
It's all hearsay anyway. It's all fucking hearsay.
Allegedly.
Nobody can prove it.
Allegedly.
No cameras, no smartphones back then.
Oh boy.
No, it's fucking. I remember. AIM. Oh my God, you've got mail. I remember asking Mom to take me and PJ to our first 3-man tournament at Liberty. It's supposed to be me, PJ, and Lee. And then she was like, she's like, what time do you need to be there? I said, well, we need to be there by like 7 o'clock. And she's like, that's over an hour away. I'm not waking up at 6 o'clock on a damn Saturday. Blah, blah. I'm like, I told PJ, I guess we ain't fucking playing then. And she was like,
I wish we didn't.
Yeah, I know, right? She's like, I'm taking you to get your license so you can drive your damn self. And we took fucking little 90 Escort
with a mixtape. It had a cassette player, had a mixtape in it. That bitch had the Agony Scene. It has Sublime, which is we played that on the way home because we had Love Is What I Got or whatever. So we were driving home going, Dead Last is what we got. we got our asses kicked, buddy. Oh my God. That was my first tournament. I didn't know anything. So instead of like shooting lanes and trying to shoot people out of the edge of the bunkers, I was shooting the bunker. Like the fuckers would never move. I promise you that. Cause I had this DM4, this black to cobalt to chrome DM4 from Price. And I would and this is back when 15 balls a second was the norm, and I would just hammer these fucking bunkers, and the dudes would never leave the bunkers, but there was no way I was ever going to hit them.
Yeah, that was something else. And then
what a disaster that was. Both of my 3-man tournaments with you were fucking hot garbage, because we played one with Brett in Georgia.
I never should have agreed to that either.
We played as Fracture and got like second or third to last place.
Second to last.
Yeah, that was my last tournament I ever played.
I stopped talking to him after that. I told him, I was like, dude, you just fucking and don't take this wrong. I said,
get good.
I said, PJ, I can kind of understand. I was like, because he doesn't have the gunfighting skills like he used to. I was like, I've been training you for the past like fucking year to do this shit. But like, I railed into that motherfucker. And I was like, you left PJ hanging when you were supposed to be backing him up. So he got shot, then your dumbass got shot, and it was always me, 3 other fucking people, every single fucking point.
Yeah, and Lee was there, but he didn't play.
Match. No, there was. I told Brett to take that fucking jersey off and to give it to Lee. I was like, give it to Lee.
Yeah.
And he's like, no.
I paid to be here. Like, yeah, you paid to get our asses kicked. And now
dude,
I hadn't
oh
played.
my God.
I hadn't played in forever. And Daniel hit me up. He's like, "You want to play a 3-man in Georgia with me and Brett?" And I was like, "I like Brett. You know, what are we playing as? Fracture? Fuck yeah, I'll play." Yeah, the only time I ever got to play officially as a Fracture player. That wasn't even an APPA event, so like it's not listed under my shit. But what did I shoot? Lee's NXT maybe?
No,
I don't
you were
remember.
shooting.
No, I'll tell you what I'm shooting right now. We got a picture. So maybe a DM6.
I was shooting DM6. I think you were shooting something similar.
Yeah, I'll tell you right now. Let's see. Daniel Truesdale, the third. Yeah, continue on. But yeah, that was not a good tournament at all.
No, dude, we won TC. We won one match that entire fucking day, and that was because I pulled one. I pulled one 1-on-3 out of my ass. Like
I really, truthfully, I do not remember a whole lot from that tournament. Like I remember being so tired when I left. Like I passed out in the car, and then we went to Ruby Tuesdays to eat. Of course, I remember fucking eating, but oh Lord, that's not a good picture there. Let's see. Every picture that I find is the fucking gun's cropped out. Whatever it did, it had a rotor on it, so it must have been something Lee was shooting. I'm looking.
Probably.
Maybe Lee's DM9, that burgundy one you got?
Probably.
Yeah, I can't find. Like I see the picture, but every time I find a picture, the gun is cropped out of it.
Or was it like the PM7? Was the PM7 working?
It might have been. Yeah, it might have been. I literally don't remember. That was the last speedball tournament I had ever played. I played a couple of Woods things after that with Fracture, but yeah, that most definitely was Lee's setup. Because you had the black to blue fade DM6.
Mm-hmm. I wish I wouldn't have, but that's what I traded the fucking 06 black and red dark ego for that.
Yeah, I don't know why you did that. I love that dark ego so much.
It was starting to give me problems.
Yeah. I bet you wish you didn't do that shit now.
Yeah, and you telling me.
Trying to find that picture.
I don't see that picture anymore.
Yeah.
Damn.
I've seen the picture. I've scrolled past it like 10 times, but it's cropped out because I put that picture beside the one of us at Bishopville at the bachelor party beside each other. So, oh well, it's not important now. All that matters is we were fucking dog shit. That was terrible.
Yeah, I pretty much stopped talking to him after that. I was so pissed at him about all that shit because it straight reminded me of the whole cruelty thing where we were like, our guest needs to fucking play.
And they were like, Lee wasn't even suited up. There's pictures of Lee in a t-shirt and board shorts and flip flops. Like he just, but yeah, cruelty. That was also gay. I didn't have any fun on that team.
That was a 3-man for the CFOA, wasn't it?
It was a 5-man SCPFOA team for
it was CFOA, but
yeah.
They had Mike and Reggie and whoever else.
Yep.
We had Reggie,
all the other fucking idiots.
Yeah, I ain't even going to go into that fucking. That was sad. We brought Mark on for the first event was our home field in Florence. It was, at the time it didn't change to ACP, Atlantic Coast Paintball, and we brought Mark on as a guest, and he was just balling out of his mind. And first off, he had the orange Fracture jersey, and they were like, he needs to wear our guest jersey. And Mark was like, I'm not wearing that shit. Like they were mad. They were mad at him for that. And mind you, Mark's
the guest one gray.
Huh?
What was the guest one? Was it gray?
No, it was a invert, the black invert jersey with the red camo. Okay. It looked just like ours, but Mark looked ag as shit. He had that big ass Fracture jersey on, Drax's pants, olive DM6 profilers. He looked like a damn Baltimore Trauma player. You know what I mean? But
he looked good.
He was balling out of his mind, and they were like, he needs to sit because I can't trip. The Trip was the guy with the long hair. Trip needs to play, and I'm like, Trip hasn't even practiced. Like we practiced the last 4 weeks back to back, and he was never here. So no, we're not sitting Mark for that. And then they sat him, and I think it was Price went up to Mark and was like, "Why are you sitting?" And Mark was like, "I don't know. They wanted one of their guys to play, and we lost that point." And they were like, "Well, shame on them." Yeah.
Dude, that had me so fucking mad.
I did not have a great experience with that team. You remember we played?
Yeah, me neither. I never got to play because I had to start working.
Yeah. We played at the beach, and I got left hung out to dry. It wasn't Daniel's fault, you know. I think Daniel might have got shot off to break this point, but I was left with the other 3 morons, and I was kind of, you know, I was more like a 3 role, and you know, Reggie went up. He had one time in a tournament where he like he just like suicide dive up to the 50 and grabbed the flag. What's the gun? The PM7?
Nope.
DM9?
It's the DM9.
Okay. You still got that?
Yep. Yeah, that's your picture for when you call me.
Yeah. Okay. But anyways, so at one point in a tournament, Reggie had like a suicide run where he grabbed the flag successfully, and one time out of
20.
One time. So now he thought like this is something I have to do forever and ever. So he tried that. Got his. It's like at this point it's like a 5-on-3. He tries that, gets torched. Now it's a 5-on-2. Well, Mr. fucking deaf ears, hearing aids over here, Matt decides he's going to try to hero and fly down the snake tape. He gets torched. And so I'm back there fighting for my fucking life in like the back right corner. I might have been at like the 20 Aztec or something, like a stand-up tower. And I'm shooting my ion, you know, so I'm poor little ion's doing what it can do, and I'm out to right, just and I'm like fucking leaning back and shooting out the left, and I'm shooting out the right. I'm not even switching hands. I'm just, you know, back and forth. And at one point, I'll draw back to shoot out the left, and I'm leaned way back, and they torched my ass up on the right side. And like I was grabbing a pod. I was grabbing a pod with my left hand doing it, and I got smoked. And it pissed me off. And I just took the pod and I just slammed that bitch. And I wasn't mad at the other team. Like, shout out to them for, you know, being way better than us. Like, get good. But I was just like, I've watched my team do stupid shit. And, you know, I just couldn't close. I couldn't step up to the plate. But, you know, it pissed me off. I was like, why are y'all throwing your bodies? And I threw my pod. And that stupid deaf bitch come up to me and he was like, if you throw a pod like that again, we're going to have a problem. And I was like, fuck you, dude. And Daniel was like, oh, time out, player. Don't you ever fucking talk to him like that again. He was like, he's out there trying to win games and y'all running up to feel like a bunch of fucking idiots. Don't you ever talk to him. Like, what kind of problems are you going to have with him? You know, it just, there was absolutely no cohesion on that team. We were the leftovers at the home field that threw a fucking team together. That's all it was, because you had Fracture, you had Chaos, and you had Florence Aftermath. And then our team, I can't move my pinky finger and not my ring finger. Our team was the leftover, was the bottom of the barrel, because Chaos filled up fast, and then Florence Aftermath, all those guys were like the guys that worked together. You know, they were real clicked up, and we were just kind of like the people that showed up every week or every other week. So we're like, fuck it, we'll do a tournament team. And literally we had a team meeting at the field the first time, and we went home and Daniel was like, this ain't gonna work. like yeah, we're getting free jerseys. This is cool. Like that's one of the coolest things in my paintball career. I got a free jersey from a sponsorship. You know, it was one of the guys on the team. His dad had like a fucking consulting company, and he paid for our jerseys. That was cool. I still have
tax write-off.
Yep, I still have the jersey. It's in my closet right here. But our names and shit were airbrushed on the back, the same red camouflage as Enver. It was pretty cool. I'm not going to get it out because I got a bunch of shit in front of this closet door. I don't feel like moving, like all my pro DNA stuff and 3 guns.
Mine's pretty acceptable.
Yeah, but yeah, I did not have a great time on that team. It was just like they didn't take it as seriously as, you know, and yeah, there it is right there. Yep, Salt, double A. Show them the ACP logo. Do you know how many times, like this was before they put this in the rule, but you couldn't have like whatever color. But you know how many times we got checked for that as being like, I mean, rightfully so. But everybody thought, yeah, everybody thought it was paint. But no, that team just didn't have the. We weren't on the same page. Yeah,
they said that he had his jersey. That's a lie.
Oh yeah, you still do have it? Oh shit! I thought you gave it back to me already.
No.
Hold the fuck up. I just dropped all my guns. Oh damn, he sure does. I thought I had that bitch for sure. Oh no, my carnivore.
Better get that fucking thing back up. No, that was ass, man. Like I don't I miss going to the field and everything, and then when we would practice like within our team, dude, like they were talking so much shit about they'd be like, well, this person needs to be the captain, this person needs to be the captain. I said, y'all are not good enough to be the fucking captain. I could literally take 1-on-3, 2, and they were like, bullshit. I'm like, let's fucking run it. And sure as shit, it would be like me within what, PJ, maybe like fucking 4 minutes. You know what I mean? Just like slow playing it and shooting them off the break, shooting one, snapping one out. And I said, y'all want me to go like, 100%? And I would run them all down. I was like, this is why fucking team captain. I was like, because y'all suck. Like,
yeah.
It was just not fucking good, man.
Yeah, it's just, we would get...
God damn it.
We would get to the field, and by the time we got our shit together, because they wanted to talk about the work week and they wanted to do this, and there's nothing wrong with that. If you want to be a paintball player, everybody see my little fidget spinner. You're probably wondering what that is, but there's nothing wrong with that. Like I do that now. If I go to a field, I go out and I hang out a little bit, I play a little bit. But if you are wanting to be a competitive team, and I knew this from a young age, I'm fucking 14, 15 years old at this time, like. I don't care about Donald taking your favorite fucking desk chair that had the broken in armrest. I don't care about that shit. I need to know what you're planning on doing. What are we trying to accomplish today? Why are we here? What is the goal? Blah, blah, blah. I don't give a fuck that your stapler ran out of staplers on Thursday. I don't give
It's not a structured team at all. Man.
Not at all.
Like, I don't miss that shit. I miss ACP. That was, God, oh man. That was just... my climax.
Yeah, that was our prime.
But
I mean, dude, there was 4 or 5 teams, and then we would have people coming from fucking Myrtle Beach. You'd have people coming from North Carolina. That was
Greenville.
That was a sweet ass field. We had 2 full size X-ball fields. Like nobody else had
and
that
a pro
shit.
Shop.
Yeah, and a pro shop. Nobody else had that shit really. I mean, other than like PBC, PBC
that
and
was
all
a whole
them.
different mecca.
Yeah,
that was a fucking franchise.
PBC was in a fucking world of its own. But as far as local fields to us, nobody had a field like us, and there was plenty of staging areas, bleachers. They had just redone the penalty boxes. That was the thing back then for all you kids who don't know. If you got when you got shot out, you had to go stand behind the start box. When I first started rewatching paintball, I was like, where's the box? Like, why are they all walking off the field? That was new to me. But
yeah.
But it was fun for me, and I'm sure for you guys too, to watch the evolution of that field. Because when we first started going, y'all went to it when it was in Lake City. I never went. Then when they moved it to Florence over there by the high school on John Paul Jones, they had the red and yellow Extreme Rage bunkers mixed with the black and blue NOS bunkers or whatever. And then Liberty, then we made our swap to Liberty for a little bit further down the road, which was also a great field. I enjoyed going to Liberty. It was way out in the country. The location was ass.
Yeah, but sucked.
Which one was it your dad told us about, Daniel, on the way? He came home that way one day. He was like, hey, there's a paintball field out there, and we drove out there and tried to find it.
That was 378. That was Duck and Dive. That was the original spot.
The original, yeah, because they had the black corrugated tube bunkers. And they had all that stuff out there.
So when they moved to Florence, we were there. We went to Liberty. I guess Ken Ivey stopped with Liberty or whatever, and Fracture owned the field itself, the bunkers. So they brought that to Duck and Dive. They rebranded it to ACP or whatever. So at the time we had an orange X ball field with a skinny X, and then it was still duck and dive then, and then all of a sudden it goes to ACP, and then we moved the orange field over one, and we put a brand new. I remember going out there and unboxing this field, brand new. Yeah, red X ball with the fat X field, and oh my god, dude, you couldn't tell us shit. Like, and then they had an alleyway through the netting where, like, the rec players, you know, you didn't have to walk through one field to get to another. Like, you kind of walked in between fields, and you know, the rec players could go play airball if they wanted to, and they wouldn't disturb us because the red field was like the premier field. That's where all the tournament teams played. You know, there wasn't a whole lot of walk-ons played there. All the other people played on the orange one. And then if they had a big birthday party or something and we didn't have big numbers, we would go to the orange one and let them have the red one. But it was so awesome as a kid to see this thing growing and growing and growing. And then all of a sudden people just kind of, I guess, grew up. You know, life changes, and then less people started coming, and then I lost interest in it and I quit going, and then unfortunately now the field is shut down, and it you know, nothing lasts forever, but man, I wish that I had something like that close to home because that field was amazing.
Y'all, PJ, you might think I don't know, you might be on the fence with this, but like ACP was great and everything, but like it still doesn't beat the junkyard for me. Like, because we literally got to control everything.
It was ours, so yeah.
Yeah, like that was my thing. And I hold those memories a little bit more dear than ACP. Like, I have way more, like, quantity-wise, but the quality of the memories, the junkyard and everything that we had before, it takes it for, like, I've actually been, not trying to go, like, dark or, like, fucking turn out pussy conversation here, but I've been struggling with like the reminiscing, like the good old days and everything, just because like I would, like, PJ, you know how we would be able to just go out in our yard and literally whatever the fuck we wanted and everything. Like my son cannot do that, especially where we live in this neighborhood. We live on a curve and people fly around this fucking curve all the time. Then you have to worry about fucking weirdos trying to touch your fucking kid and shit. Like it's just not. It's not the same, and it fucking breaks my heart for them because I want them to have the same memories with paintball that I grew up, but like then it also crosses my mind like, oh, he might not even like, you know what I mean? Which kind of sucks, but like if he doesn't like it, then he just doesn't like it.
Yeah.
But all of my funny stories with you guys is paintball. All my fondest memories is like through paintball. Or some way, shape, or form,
paintball and church lock-ins.
Oh man, good God! Yeah.
Speaking of, are y'all playing after this so we can talk about some of that shit? I'm gonna play.
I can play. I can play. Yeah.
Okay, sure. Why not?
We're gonna wrap this bitch up here.
It's like
we're gonna wrap this. I ain't got to work
tomorrow's
tomorrow.
a holiday.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, probably should, but I'm not going to.
I'm gonna edit this. I'm gonna edit this probably tomorrow. I should stay up tonight and do it. That way I can have a decent release time. But fans and listeners, I love you guys, but I really want to kind of fucking play Battlefield tonight. Tomorrow's a holiday. Oh God. Oh man. I wish I'd get rid of this fucking COVID cough. That's what I've been calling it. I've had this thing for like a month now.
Yeah, we're sick of hearing it.
Oh yeah, I know it. Matter of fact,
God, TC, no, kind of be glad that you missed Red versus Blue this last time because I had a cough that would not fucking go away.
I started to throat chop that bitch on the way home. It was like every 5 seconds, and I'm like, bro, shut the fuck up. He's like, I can't.
No. Like we'd be trying to have like a serious conversation, like
just get out.
Like it would just roll. Like, it would not.
Old man cough.
Yeah, pretty much. But like back to what I was saying, it sucks that like if you look at hoppers, like the state of hoppers right now, it's not going well. And then it kind of reminds me of the downfall of ACP, and I can't. I'm trying to put this into words without sounding like fucking more retarded than I already am. But I basically can't stand to see it happen, even though like Poppers is no longer my two shits about it, because like I'm not playing anymore, like tournament wise and everything. I went down to GTA the other weekend and played with Alec and them.
Yeah,
I could definitely tell that I haven't been playing for a while, but that's neither here nor there. But
yeah,
it sucks to see a field that has so much fucking potential just go to shit. You know what I mean? Because I'm looking at it from the view of, okay, these kids can make these memories here, but
we did.
It also the game. Well, it did, but like it also ain't. You know what I mean? Because now, like the majority of the players that go down there are just casual speedballers, which is fine. If that's what you want to do, that's fine.
Yeah.
Like, but if you look at speedballers coming up when we came up, every single one of them were trying their damnness to be a competitive team. You know what I mean? It wasn't just for fucking shits and giggles, just to fucking have fun on the weekend. It was to like fucking.
I'm attacked.
Cut through from the field. You know what I mean? But like,
TC, we'll just go fuck ourselves.
What?
You're just casual players. What do you think I am?
Bitch, that's what I am now. I literally said like that's what I am now. But I'm talking about like essentially like how you said like every weekend or every 3 weekends the cruelty guys would show up, even though we were there like every weekend.
Yeah.
Like shit like that. You know what I mean? But it just sucks, like especially when I ride by, like when I go to Florence, I make it a point to drive by the old field just to see it. I don't know why I do it to myself, but it fucking gets me right in the fucking.
It's a cornfield now. Oh. The building's not even there.
It sucks.
Yeah, it's sad.
Like, every time I drive by, I just put the imagery right there of the big ass fucking X, the orange X, the building, all the cars and everything.
Yeah, I can picture it now. You know, life happens. You know, we grow up. I'm fucking 70 years old, as y'all said. You know, TC has 26 kids. You have 2 kids, Daniel. I have 2 kids now. So, you know, I like to think that, you know, especially now since I'm on like a Monday through Friday schedule and not rotating swing shift anymore, that if I didn't have children, I'd like to think to myself that I'd be at the field at least every 2 weeks at the field, whether I'm playing, taking pictures, you know, doing content. You know, I'd be at some field because I do love this game, and I have not been out in a long time, and I have my reasons for that. I'm not going to really get into that much, but you know, it's starting to cool down now. You know, of course, I really don't want to go to the field when it's 100 degrees outside. You know, I'm fucking 300 pounds almost. I'm 270. So I definitely don't want to. Yeah, but I definitely don't. The only thing that rips is my fucking underwear because my balls are too big. But I'm like, but no, like I definitely don't want to go out there when it's 100 degrees. You know, nobody wants to. You know, shout out to the people that grind through it. You know, and make it happen. But it's starting to cool down now. You know, I'm going to make more of an effort to go out, but you know, it's hard. Also, people don't understand this, and people. And Daniel, in your area, really don't understand it. When you have children, you know, it's up to you as their parent. You know, you are their childhood. So, you know, you have to take the time to do things with these kids. And, you know, it's not about you anymore for a long time. And, you know, a lot of people don't understand that. And, you know, yes, I like to do things. And I feel like I'm selfish on wanting those things sometimes. But then I also have... You know, my 5-year-old, he's, for the most part, pretty well behaved. You know, he shows his ass just like any other kid, and he has gotten in trouble. You know, it's no secret. But, you know, he's very gratuitous. You know, we take him to do things. He seems like he's very appreciative of it, as much as a 5-year-old could be. So, I don't mind doing those things for him, and I just keep reminding myself that it's not my time. You know, even though when my time does come, I really will be 70. You know, regardless of what you are calling me now, but you know, I'm okay with that. So, like, I want to do these things with my kids, and the same reason you stepped away from tournament scene, Daniel. You know, these children, they're only young once, and you know, I hold my 5-month-old in my arm, and I look over at Jacob, who's my 5-year-old, and I'm like, I feel like I was literally doing this with you last week. So,
time flies.
Yeah. So
my oldest will be 11 in a month.
Yeah. So as much as I love paintball, like I wish I had the means to put up a paintball field in Sumter, because I feel like we could really benefit from one, especially with someone like the troubled youth and shit. Just constantly getting in trouble. You give them a sense of structure and like mentorship. But I can't devote every weekend to a paintball field. One, I don't have the money. I'm broke. Like, I can buy the field, but buying the land, buying the inventory, buying the all this shit, I can't do it. But
all that crap, man.
But I would
a piece of land out there by Willie Sue's.
Oh my god, dude, that's my dream. That's my dream. Either that or the old batting cages where the go-kart track is on 378.
Oh,
yes.
There used to be a field across there.
Yeah, it still is. But anyways, what? There's a big open grass area out there.
No, there used to be a paintball field.
Oh no, ain't shit there now. But
across from Intimidators.
Yeah, there ain't shit.
They never put up. They had the poles. They had the poles put in the nets. They never got the field up.
Yeah. There ain't shit there now. A bunch of crackheads living in that little building. But anyways,
okay.
I would love to do this, but I have 2 young kids, and there's pros out there. Look at Tyler Harmon. He's a full-time professional paintball player. Thank God that he has a great wife, and family support that supports him on doing this, because it requires a lot of him to put the effort that he puts into maintaining his skill set and, the professionalism that he carries himself with. But I am a casual paintball player. I cannot afford right now. Not monetarily. I could go every Sunday if I want to. I'm going to get that straight right now. At one time, I couldn't afford it, which is why I quit the first time. But I just, with my family and everything like this is me. Like this, nobody tells me I can't go. Like, if I tell Jamie I'm going to play paintball, she's like, all right, have fun, cool. She might ask me 10 times, when am I coming home or how long am I going to be, so she can try to plan her day out. But it's never, well, do you think you shouldn't go, or like, do you want to go do something else? I'm like, hey, I'm going to play paintball Sunday with Daniel. And she's like, all right, cool. And then about 1 o'clock on Sunday, she's like, what time do you think you're going to be home? And I'm like, fuck, when I get there. Before I didn't mean to ramble. Yeah, I didn't mean to ramble like that.
No, but like, see, that was another thing that a lot of people that play with couldn't understand was, well, why are you quitting? Why are you quitting? It's like, well, I'm not really quitting paintball altogether. It's just like, one, I didn't want to play national. I could still support myself regionally, right? Like, I made that very clear that I was done. Like, I know I said it like 2 years in a row on this podcast.
Yeah,
I'm done playing NXLs. I really had to put my foot down to land and started becoming a little more aware of what's going on and whatnot. And like, we also don't have like the support down here for mom or dad to watch, the grandkids and the 2 dogs, and because if I go to like World Cup like we did it last year though, but like Ashley would like to travel too.
Yeah.
But then she just got tired of the whole paintball scene. And then like my point being is I don't want to sacrifice my son and my daughter's childhood for me trying to relive my glory days. You know what I mean? Like, 'cause my time essentially is coming on, but I want to make sure that my kids have like the same experience, the same childhood that I had to an extent. If not, you always want to do it better.
Yeah.
Let's make this very fucking clear. Like, me and PJ did not have like a bad childhood or anything like that. I don't want anything getting twisted, but like, if my son wants to go fucking play paintball like every weekend, I have well more than enough fucking gear to get him where he needs to be. Or when the time comes, I can easily, buy it for him. Excuse me. But I don't want him missing out on his childhood for me to go play paintball, if that makes sense, because he's my number one priority.
Yeah.
Like, my kids will always be forever now on forward, from the day that they were born, my number one priority. Like, that's why I stayed in the fucking army. Like, I was ready to get the fuck out, dude. But it just, like, the numbers didn't add up, so I sacrificed my fucking my mental health of staying in the fucking service. And then I was like, well, I'm already at fucking 10 years. What's 10 more to go ahead and get like, retirement and shit.
You got here so quick though, like holy shit. Like,
dude,
I'm gonna have a 20 year. You're gonna be retired, and I'm still gonna have 20 years to work.
Dude, I would be retiring right now if I would have joined straight out of high school.
Yep.
Yep. I'd also probably be dead, but
Yeah, we'd probably be in fucking Iraq somewhere.
Yeah.
In a bunch of different pieces.
Yeah, no shit. But I don't want to go on a tangent nowhere. Yeah.
Well,
Allah.
Yeah.
But I don't want to fucking keep on going.
I think we can reel this in and start winding it up because we got some shit to do after we get off of this thing.
Absolutely. There's no post show.
Yeah, there's no. This is not from the sidelines. There's no post show here. Shout out to them one more time before we end this out. But yeah, TC, glad to have you back on. Even though for the YouTube, we just got a very small Center 50 logo here for you. 5,000 Instagram followers, we get a face and foot reveal.
Oh.
Yeah.
5,500, you get to see his butthole.
Yeah. So we're not OnlyFans. We're not going to drag this outro out like we always do. It's usually like a 20-minute gig here. Daniel, tell everybody where we're sponsored, what they get, and where they can find it.
So no, that's for the YouTube people. So you can find out everything you need to know about where you get 10% on infamouspaintball.com. Use the code Center50. And you get 10% off anywhere from the playing hoodie for people on YouTube that I'm wearing now. You can actually get 10% off this banner that you see here that's behind me for the YouTube people. Their regulators, the powerhouse regulators, the tanks, the bottles. You can get even Virtue hoppers. But what you cannot use the code for is markers. You will not get 10% off your markers. You can use our code for literally everything on the website except for markers. Even if an item is already on sale, which now I actually picked some stuff up, utilize that deal, and you can still use our code on top of some of their sales. So you can save some money on top of saving money. Just use our code Center50, CENTER50. No underscore, no numbers, literally just how I spelled it.
Get you everything except the marker, even Zach Patient's dirty socks.
Yep.
And
I'm pretty sure there are some happy socks too.
Yep, Center 50.
The lucky winners.
Yeah, that's gross. All right, so this is 98. 2 more. We're going to cross 100. Don't know what we got in store for that. Probably nothing. It's probably going to be like a 10-minute.
Round of applause.
Yeah, and then we're going to be out of there. But yeah, short and sweet. We're out of here. Thank you guys. Thank you, TC, for kicking it with us again tonight. It's been fun, and we enjoyed having you.
Yep. Hopefully I can make it semi-regular again.
Yeah, you're like the honorary guest now. You're not like a full-time guest, just honorary.
I appreciate y'all having me on.
Yeah, for sure. So we love you guys. This will be out a little bit later Monday because I'm a piece of shit. But other than that, this has been 98, and we will see you on 99. Peace.
Later.